Hello, friends, and welcome to my today's lecture, that is the third part of Shylock's character sketch in Shakespeare's A Merchant of Venice. In my last two lectures, friends, I had mentioned Shylock as one of the best known fictional characters in the entire range of Shakespearean drama, and also that though some critics and readers regard him as a villain, but others believe that he also deserves some sympathy. So we need to judge his character impartially. I had also mentioned some characteristics which distinguish Shylock as a different character in the plays of Shakespeare. Some of the characteristics that I had mentioned about him were Shylock as an usurer, where we know that Shylock is a moneylender and all professions are equally respectful. But this profession of his becomes odious and abhorrent if he exploits the innocent people and charges excessive rate of interest from them. Shylock is one of them, and he hates Antonio, and for this reason that Antonio has been lending money to the needy people without charging any interest from them. He brings down the rate of interest. And that's the reason Shylock hates Antonio. Another characteristic of Shylock which I had talked about was his intolerance of Christians, where he had commented that he would not like to eat with the Christians, drink with the Christians, or pray with them. He had very clearly mentioned at one point in the play that he hates Antonio because he's a Christian and also because he brings down the rate of interest. We can very well say that having hatred towards somebody just because he belongs to a particular caste or a religion and not to yours is not acceptable. Not eating with the Christians just because the Christians eat pork is fine. But one should be tolerant to all the religions and the practices followed by them. We've also seen that Shylock has been very miser and a mean character as portrayed in the play. And he says that in the Jew's service, when Launcelot Gobbo refers to Shylock's miserliness, he says that in the Jew's service, he's famished. And Shylock reverts, saying that whatever services Launcelot is enjoying in Shylock's house, he would not be able to enjoy them in Bassanio's service. We've also seen Shylock as a very deceitful and crafty person. And by the thing that when we see that, we can sense this because he agrees to, though first Shylock refuses to give a loan to Antonio, saying that Antonio has been ill-treating him and for this reason he does not wish to lend him a loan. But later on, he does so. But the condition that he lays, that if Antonio is unable to pay the amount that he has borrowed from Shylock within the 3 days' time, he would take a pound of flesh from Antonio's body nearest to his heart. Shylock has been acting very shrewd, as we could see, but this also shows that he's quite far-sighted and very arrogant man also. He also cites a biblical incident, and we see that though this incident is not exactly a precedent, but it's only a parallel to prove the validity of charging some kind of fee for the services that one renders to the others. And that is not bad at all. We've also seen Shylock's revengeful and bloodthirst nature in the play, where he wishes, as I had mentioned, to take a pound of flesh from Antonio's body if he is unable to pay the loan. Now, during this time, we see that since Antonio is unable to pay the loan, situations are not very favorable to him. Even Portia pleads for mercy, but that does not result to anything. He feels happy, he is revengeful, and he invokes the law which entitles Antonio for penalty and the forfeit of his bond, and he clings to the position that he has taken up. Now, the remaining 3 characteristics in his character I'll be talking about now. We've also seen that there's another characteristic is that Shakespeare has a suspicious nature. Shylock has a suspicious nature. He is a suspicious man by nature, as we see in the play, and does not trust anyone, not even his any servant or even his own daughter. Though this nature of his is no advantage to his personality, but we feel that at times he is fully justified in being suspicious, because his servant and even his daughter, they dislike him. And due to this, the result is that the servant just leaves the house and goes. But his daughter, Jessica, she runs away with a Christian. Mind words that she runs away with a Christian, and Christians are the one that Shylock hates. She runs away with the Christian, stealing a huge amount of Shylock's wealth and money from the home. We have some redeeming qualities also for Shylock. Though Shylock has been portrayed as a villain in the play, but he still has some redeeming qualities in him. Now, he is a champion of his race, and very, very elegantly he speaks about the injustice that has been rendered to the Jews at the hands of the Christians. And he does offer a forceful plea on behalf of the Jews in his speech, beginning, "Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions?" Unquote. Then he does show some sentiments for his dead wife, Leah, because when he comes to know that his daughter Jessica has given away a particular jewel in exchange of a monkey, he gets very sentimental or emotional, and he mentions that that particular jewel which Jessica had given away, that jewel had been given to him by his wife when he was still a bachelor, and he continued to say, in quotes, "I would not have given it, the jewel, for the wilderness of money," unquote. Now, in spite of all this, we admit that his character is marked by, or rather, it is distinguished by an intellectual force and vigor which are worthy of praise. Now, because of these certain good qualities, he wins our sympathy to when he meets a cruel end. But essentially, he is an evil man, full of hatred and malice against the Christians, which we cannot forget. And we also see that Shylock has a comic side to his character too. He appears a monster when he sharpens his knife to cut off Antonio's flesh, which he would use as a bait to catch the fish if he cannot use it otherwise. Now, Shylock also appears comic when he cries, in quotes, "Oh, my ducats! Oh, my daughter! Oh, my Christian ducats!" unquote. And ultimately, his fate is to be turned into a Christian from a fanatical Jew. He appears pathetic, moving out of the court, a ruined man with nothing left to him, and we are forced to pity him. Now, that's all about the character of Shylock in the play A Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. I'll be coming up with more aspects on this play itself. Till then, goodbye and thank you, friends.